Hi, so I decided to port my Souls-like Sandfire from Godot version 3.3 to the Godot 4 pre-alpha. In the last devlog I showed you the new area for Sandfire, which I improved during the last weeks. I made new assets, textures, animations and so on. I also put much work in the environmental design to create this sandstorm effect. As you can see in the background, I also ported the player character to Godot 4 and also many minor but important features, like for instance the UI elements and also the inventory. If you are interested in the current inventory system, you can check out my 5th devlog. Furthermore, I remade some of the magic spells again, unfortunately from scratch, since the particles in Godot version 3 are not portable to Godot version 4. I gave myself a lot of time with the scene to tell much about the game with the environmental design. For instance, why do the trees look like humans and kneel towards the tower, or why does the tower emit a bright light at the top? These are questions the player should ask himself. The path that guides the player to the tower used to be a bridge which got flooded by the sand over time. This may be hard to notice at first, but if the player encounters other bridges in the game, it will be easier to tell when returning to the scene. The distant tower is now finished, and I also added a transition cutscene when entering. This is still work in progress, but after the Sandfire logo appears, the player will find itself inside the tower. In a Twitter post, I presented the bonfire equivalent for my game, and this is represented by this bone hand holding a sand glass. I think this fits very well for Sandfire, and I will call it a bonfire. So, some might wonder why I'm porting my game already to Godot 4, even though it's quite unstable and not even in the alpha yet. The reason is simple: I just reached the limits of Godot version 3. The latest Sandfire version runs much less performance since the world expanded a lot, and this is just too much for some older PC devices to make my game run properly. There are a few other devs working in 3D which are able to push Godot's limits even farther than me, but I'm at a point in development where it is more working around or against the boundaries of the engine than actually developing. And this doesn't mean that Godot is a bad choice for 3D. Every game engine has its limits, but I think that Godot's strength lies in usability, which makes it very easy and blazing fast to develop games in 3D. So Godot 3 is already great, and Godot 4 improves on that. It's very nice to see how much the engine has grown over the last years. There are many new nodes, like my favorite, the fog volume node, which are used to create this awesome sandstorm effect without using particles. If you are interested in the new features in more detail, I can recommend you this video from Play with Versify, where they cover many of them. I'm really looking forward to the official release of 4.0, as it will allow everyone to create more ambitious 3D title very easy and very quickly. And after testing Godot 4 for some weeks, I'm pretty sure that it will meet everyone's high expectations, and if it is used correctly, Godot 4 will definitely be a game changer. And I just wanted to point out my thanks to all the contributors for making this even possible. But not everything is positive. For instance, if you plan to port your 3D title from Godot 3 to 4, it will not very easy. Many resources are unfortunately not portable, like the materials, particles or labels. Depending on your code, you need to adjust or change parts of it as well. I can highly recommend to export your scenes as GLTF from Godot 3 and re-import it in Godot version 4. And please be aware that I'm using the Godot 4 pre-alpha. There are still many bugs and it has unstable behavior. Plus, all of this can change with the official release. For next weeks, I want to rebuild the inner tower with a much larger scale and a strong emphasis on vertical exploration. For now, I will focus heavily on level design and asset creation in Blender until the Godot 4 beta releases. And maybe you noticed, but in the future I will design the devlogs shorter, and I will also include my personal opinion for the devlog's current topic. So thank you very much for watching my video, and for 1000 followers on Twitter, Take care and goodbye.